Hello.
It's all about Ghanaian languages. It's all about Ghanaian languages. It's all about Ghanaian languages.
Hello, good day wherever you are, and welcome to today's lesson. And today we are looking at Nzema Basics 2. Yes, I know there's my friend Natasha. You are always bombarding me. Yes, I always see your comments. Thanks for alerting me, and thank you all for your patience. And today we are building on the Nzema Basics 1 so as to better our Nzema language learning. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's just begin. How do you call a human in Nzema? That is sunla, sunla, sunla. Okay, sunla. So sunla is a human in Nzema. And what of a being? That is dasenli, dasenli. So sunla dasenli. So that means sunla dasenli simply means human being. Sunla dasenli. Now you want to call God in Nzema. God is nyamele, 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 nyamele. So that's God. So sunla dasenli ne nyamele. That's human being and God. So now we want to say home or house in Nzema. House is suo, suo, but home is suonu, suonu. House is suo and then home is suonu. Okay. Now I am going home. That is meleko suonu, meleko suonu, meleko suonu. So if you remember mania, so meleko suonu mania debie, meleko suonu mania debie from Nzema Basics 1, or meleko suonu kania debie, meleko suonu kania debie. Okay. Now you want to say I am tired. I'm tired is meve, meve. But then tiredness is evele, evele. So meve, that's I'm tired, but evele is tiredness. And you know, we learned from Nzema Basics 1 that Nzema has this sound shift. So when you want to say this ve, when you want to say it alone, you say fe. It becomes an F. But when you join it to a pronoun, it becomes ve. So me ve. But when you want to just say it, that's fe. But then tiredness is evele. Okay. Now I am sick. That is mende pocket. Mende pocket. I am sick. Mende pocket. So pocket is health. So that's I'm not in health. Mende pocket. I'm not in health. Now you want to say food. Food is ale. Ale. So if food is ale, how do you say eat then? That is di ale. Di ale. So I'm eating. Mele di ale. Mele di ale. Mele di ale. And maybe he is eating. Ele di ale. Ele di ale. You are eating. Ele di ale. So me, e and a. Now, Nzema is in dialect, so we have the Nzema proper, that's Jomoro, the Jomoro dialect, and they use Olediale, but in Evaluate we use Elediale. But then you can use Olediale, which is he's eating or she's eating, as well as the Elediale. Either ways, they are both correct. Okay. Now you want to say light in Nzema, that's Klanie, Klanie, Klanie. So I have light. If my is my basis one, I have to have is war. So I have light. Mewo Klanie, Mewo Klanie, or Mewo Ale, Moale. Okay. Or you want to say there is light here. Klanie okay. Klanie okay. Anake. Klanie wakeze. If you remember, ekeze. So klanie wakeze. Now, how do you call air in Nzema? That's Auma. Auma. So the color blue. Some people assume color blue to be Aumanyulu in Nzema. That's like, is it cold air or something? Yeah, cold air. Aumanyulu. But then that's, what's the name? That's an idea, but then the color blue is virtually blue in Nzema. I think you can refer to the Nzema colors in the playlist. Okay. So then, how do you call room in Nzema? Now we know house to be so or home, so no. But now what of room? Room is swa. Swa. Okay. So then the edifice, an edifice is what's the name? So okay, but then the interior part of the edifice is the swa or the swa. But then you want to say inside the room. Okay. Now in Nzema the spelling is Swanu, but then we actually say it as Swenu. Now let's not forget Nzema has these sound shifts, so it may be spelled as Swa, so Swanu technically, but then the pronunciation is Swenu. Please let's not be let's all be mindful of this sound shift in Nzema, because it plays a vital role in the Nzema language. Now when you learn one word, it doesn't mean when you put in a sentence it will continue to be the same. It's the sound switches here and there, so I'll urge you to continually pay attention to these sounds. For example, we have this tende. Tende is like to talk. In French we say parler or parle. Tende. But then the noun form of tende is edindele or edende, and it goes that way. So meletende, that's I'm speaking, but then a speech or a discourse is edindele, edindele or edindele. It depends on the dialect, because they say the people of Sefwi, they use the edindele accent, and then normal people will say edindele. So the sound shift depends on the dialect. So edindele by some particular group, and then edindele by another group. Okay. So now you want to say you in Nzema. Now we have you in the emphatical form. When we say emphatical form in French, we say toi. Okay, so toi, that's edao, edao. But then we have tu again in the object form. In French, we say te, te. So that's wo in Nzema. So edao is toi. Okay, so you will see that the subtitle is both in French and in English. Toi, that's edao. But then the te, that's the wo Okay, now we have this pronoun or a. O is for the Jomoro people, and then a is for the Evaluate people. So we have or a, that's he, she, or it. So maybe he is coming. Some people will say oleba, and others will say eleba, or ole diale, or ele diale, or ole do de bie, ele do de bie. Either ways depends on the dialect you are speaking. Well, the reason why I'm using both is because I was cultured with the Evaluate dialect, so it's hard to go against that dialect since it's what I naturally picked up or what I naturally learned. Okay. Now, language, that is Anyin. Anyin. So in Nzema language, Nzema nieni. Oh, okay. Nzema anieni. Nzema anieni. So normally we pronounce that Nzema. Okay. English is Nzema, but then in Nzema itself we say Nzema. Now you want to tell someone, I understand Nzema. Maybe someone as you do understand Nzema, you say meeting Nzema. Meeting Nzema. Meeting Nzema pale. I understand Nzema very well. Meeting Nzema pale. Or I don't understand Nzema. Mendenzema. Mendenzema. So I beg you. Mpo chele mendenzema. Anake mpo chele metinzema. Mpo chele metinzema. Anake mpo chele metinzema. Sorry. Mpo chele metinzema. Anake mpo chele mendenzema. Now, you want to tell someone, I am an Nzema. Now, let's not forget the Nzema's sound shift over here. So, because the sound shift plays a vital role in the Nzema language, we say mele, sima. Okay, sima. This time it's not Nzema, it's sima. Sima. Okay. When I understand Nzema is meeting Nzema, yes, but then I am an Nzema. We don't really say mele Nzema, no. Mele simeli. Mele simeli. I know it's a bit complicated, but you know, Nzema is more of a language full of sound shifts. So as a new learner, you have to really pay much attention to that and grasp that context very well. Well, not all Nzemas will judge you by your lack of ability to move or to shift sounds. Not all Nzemas will judge you. If you're a learner, you have to be a little. You have to at least pay attention to that, but if you know it's giving you kind of problems, then pay less attention to that now, and with time you get it. So I would like to pause this lesson here. There will be an Nzema Basics 3 lesson which will build up on what we are learning, because you want to take it little by little so that it will foster understanding and the education will be done very well. Okay, so thank you very very much for now, and I'll urge you to learn this very well. If you are having issues, play it over and over again, and I know you'll get it. And also, if you have issues or questions, you can kindly lay it in the comment box below. Well, I know for the new learners, some of you will be a bit confused here and there, but it's alright. You will get it. Nzema Basics. And thank you very very much. And continue to support my channel so that we bring good education to you all. Dabase, dawase.
Go.